This hard day again, huh? You seem tired, Tyler. You seem tired, Tyler. Have you been overdoing it lately?
Yeah, me.
How about we go out for drinks sometime? It'll be a nice change of pace.
Buzzkin.
I'm Diane, 40 years old. I've been married to my husband for 10 years, but we don't have children. The reason is that I'm infertile. Even so, my husband always said he wanted to be with me, and it made me really happy. Though it was said we couldn't have a baby, we didn't mind because we're so close. I love him a lot, and he loves me too.
I'm dying just having you is enough for me. Please stay by my side forever.
Yeah, thank you. I'll try my best to be your support.
But I suddenly remembered this conversation we had a long time ago. Just being with my husband makes me truly happy. My husband seemed a bit tired lately. He must be busy with work. Knowing this, I suggested we go out for a drink today. He's a quiet and gentle man, not much of a talker. But he accepted my invitation.
Wow, this place seems nice.
Yeah, I've been curious about it for a while. I always wanted to come here with Tyler. Let's go in.
Yeah.
I'll take care of the bill. Today, eat and drink as much as you like. I'll take care of the bill.
Yeah, thank you.
And so we started with some beers. Then crispy cabbage was served. It's just cabbage, but the sauce makes it delicious. Next, the grilled chicken skewers and rolled omelet we ordered arrived.
This is delicious. It's been a while since we've had drinks like this. I'm glad I asked you out. Oh, looks like we're out of beer. Want some more?
Oh, yeah.
Tyler doesn't talk much. I noticed he mostly just says yay. But I love that about him. He doesn't waste words, just quietly eats, which I find kind of adorable. It's like watching a rabbit eat the food. I'm sorry to compare him to a rabbit, but he really reminds me of my old pet rabbit, Mimi. Then Tyler continued to eat a meme while drinking his additional beer. I had finished my rice with tea, so I was already full. Tyler also seemed to have filled up on too much edamame.
I can't eat anymore. Maybe I overdid it. Are you okay, Tyler?
Yeah, I'm full too.
Shall we head out then? Thanks for the meal.
Thanks for the meal.
With that, we headed to the cashier to pay. I didn't miss the sly smile on the manager's face. His kid, as he was ringing us up, he kept talking, and then he said to me, "Your total comes to $3,500. What? That can't be right. I did a rough calculation, and there's no way our meal was more than $60 for both of us. But it's $3,500. Can you just pay up quickly?"
That's ridiculous. I'm sure definitely didn't order that much. How could it even come to $3,500?
Ripping us off, huh? How dare you accuse our establishment, lady? This is our regular pricing. Don't think you can just walk out of here.
This is absurd. I won't pay it. Don't be so stubborn. We have gang connections here. Pay the $3,500 now. You know who backs us, right? You sure you want to mess with this? The manager suddenly started yelling, intimidating us. They're implying we'll face trouble if we don't pay because they have gang backing. I'm sure they targeted us as easy marks. I can still argue back, but my husband is quiet and unassuming. With his neat parting and pale complexion, he looks the picture of a mild-mannered person. That's probably why we were chosen as prey. but I don't want to pay $3,500 to such a rip-off place. It's just absurd to even consider it. I was getting really angry and fought the urge to talk back.
Is that so? Then I'll just confirm with the gang. The manager responded, huh? That gang, right? I'll contact them. It'll be clear soon enough. The manager became nervous and said, hey, wait. I thought they told the younger guys not to get involved in this kind of hustle. You know, you can never tell what these young guys might do nowadays. The manager looked worried and said,
Is it my husband, who's usually so quiet, suddenly became quite talkative? The manager's eyes widened in surprise.
"Okay, Masa, can you come over here quickly? Yeah, it's the A bar near the station. Yeah, this place is a ripoff. We're in a bit of trouble. Hurry up, will you?" He then added, "Oh, by the way, I just told them some guys from the gang are coming over soon, so just wait here."
Atatiti.
My husband, who's usually so quiet, suddenly became quite talkative. The manager's eyes widened in surprise. Actually, he's the underboss of a certain gang. Usually quiet and unassuming, he blends in with regular folks, his appearance being even more inconspicuous than the average person. In fact, he's been targeted by local thugs before, mistaken for an easy mark. Of course, he lectured them afterwards and made them apologize profusely. Yet when he gets angry, his tone gets rough, and he's apparently quite formidable in a fight. From his younger days, when he showed his true nature, people were afraid of him. He's known to be quite terrifying when angry, earning him the nickname Furious Toiler.
Boss, thank you for coming.
Hey,
As you tell, it was like that, this guy was trying to rip us off.
yeah, he was being tough with Diane.
What? He dared to mess with Inigo. Unforgivable.
The one who rushed over was Mesa from the gang. Masa, still in his late 20s, is doing well in his ventures and is respected by the higher-ups. Of course, my husband also had a lot of trust in Mesa. When Masa glared at the waiter with intimidating look, the waiter shrank back.
So you're the guy who tried to scam our boss Inigo.
Well, that's...
How'd you have the nerve to use our gang's name without permission, huh? But so, we don't associate with scammers like you.
I'm not scamming anyone.
Hell, what?
Oh, was that lady over there just misheard me? I said $35, not $3,500. Then it's not $3,500.
What are you talking about?
Now the waiter was claiming he never said anything about a rip-off. And what did he mean by saying he said $35, not $3,500? I had been keeping a rough tally while we ate and drank, and there's no way it was just $35. He ordered quite a bit, and as I thought earlier, it was probably around $60. This manager is trying to act innocent. I thought he was truly despicable. He intended to scam us, but then backtracked when he realized he was dealing with real gangsters. If we had been genuinely timid and weak, we surely would have been forced to pay. There were no other customers in the restaurant, just us, and I thought how awful it would have been if there had been.
No, you definitely said $3,500. I heard it clearly with these ears.
To say, no, I clearly said $35. Now you're making a fuss. What's this all about?
Hey, you trying to frame us? You said $3,500, didn't you?
No, I didn't say that.
Then my husband took out his smartphone again and started fiddling with it. Then my husband took out his smartphone again and started fiddling with it. Next thing I knew, the conversation between me and the manager from earlier started playing. It seemed like my husband had recorded the whole conversation. This was definitive proof.
7 though, well, you see that he's simply trying to scam someone who looked weak.
The manager looked cornered. His face was filled with fear, and he seemed like he was about to cry. He was trembling so much that I thought he might collapse right there. But despite his apparent distress, he showed no signs of remorse. Suddenly, he started hurling insults at us.
It was just a mistake. Damn it, you're not even real customers. And what's with gangsters coming to the store anyway? You're just a nuisance. Nothing but evil scoundrels.
I couldn't believe he was saying this, especially after he had initially used the threat of gangsters to intimidate us. Sure, being a gangster isn't exactly praiseworthy, but we were just at this bar. But as he eating and drinking normally. We didn't cause any trouble for other colors or misbehave with the staff. I didn't think we deserved to be spoken to like that.
Hey, isn't that Tyler? Go, thanks for everything. Is this your place, Mr. Tanaka?
Oh, thanks for everything. Is this your place, Mr. Tanaka?
Yes, that's right. I'm usually at the main store. What happened here?
Well, his manager tried to rip us off.
What I was saying, like...
This Mr. Tanaka seemed to be the waiter. He appears to run several bars. He's usually at the main store, but today he happened to come here on some business. When my husband told the waiter about the young manager's attempt at overcharging, the waiter's face turned bright red. And then the waiter's face turned into that of a furious father.
You were doing such things. I hired you because you said you had nowhere else to go. Why would you do this?
I spent all my money on slot machines, and I was broke.
How much? You're just hopelessly irresponsible.
According to the waiter, this manager was a bad seed through and through. After dropping out of high school and struggling to find employment, it seems the manager had given him a helping hand, since he was the son of an acquaintance. The waiter thought he would work hard if given a chance, but he betrayed the manager's expectations. When questioned by the waiter, the manager tearfully confessed to overcharging more than 15 groups of customers and pocketing the money for himself. He resorted to ripping off customers to recoup the money he lost on slot machines. And he was caught in a vicious cycle, using that money to gamble more on slot machines.
It's just really hopeless, isn't it? If the waiter was so kind to you, the waiter was so kind to you.
Absolutely, I'm completely disappointed. We have no choice but to hand him over to the police.
No, please. Anything but that.
Shut up, I don't care about you more. At least apologize to these people.
I'm so sorry.
I was just like, don't you ever do this again? Got it?
Please don't do something like this again.
The waiter gave us a discount on our bill as a small service gesture. Despite the unexpected trouble, we were happy to get a little discount. Then we just went home. I thought that manager would learn his lesson and not do anything again. But that wasn't the case. One day, Mesa came back covered in mud. It seems that the manager and his delinquent friends were targeting Mesa on a night street. So, I had my husband disguise himself as Mesa. Terwi, they were similar in height and build, so with the right disguise, he would look just like him. He put a brown wig on him, the same color as Mesa's hair, and dressed him in Masa's usual clothes. Sure enough, the manager fell for it. Isn't thinking he was approaching Masa. The manager was shocked to see my husband remove the wig and stand imposingly. I watched all this from the shadows and couldn't help but laugh. The waiter probably thought he could target Masa, but facing the underboss was obviously too much for him. He was shaking uncontrollably and started crying right there.
I'm sorry, it was a case of mistaken identity.
A mistaken identity. So you think it's okay to do anything if it's a case of mistaken identity? You thought you could take down Masa, didn't you?
Didn't you?
Well, that's...
Masa has a vision problem. He can't see well at night. It's just, it's pretty cowardly to gang up on someone with its ability, isn't it?
But in fact, Mesa has a certain disease that particularly affects his night vision, and his eyesight is quite poor. Despite this, he works hard to not be a burden to the gang. He usually wears special glasses, but to those who know, it's clear that they're not just stylish sunglasses. They have prescription lenses and are obviously for someone with a medical condition. This waiter must have noticed Mesa's illness and targeted him because of it. He's truly a despicable guy.
I don't usually like to ruffle. What do you want me to do with you?
Please, I beg you, forgive me. I won't do anything like that again.
And then apologize to Masa. I'll take you to the office right now.
Thanks.
And so my husband took the manager to the office. There, he told the waiter to apologize to Mesa.
I apologize.
I'm sorry for what happened that time.
Man, you really haven't learned a thing, have you? You're truly hopeless.
Yes, I don't even know what to say anymore.
I don't like dealing with the police either, so I won't file a report, but if you do this again, I won't forgive you.
Yes, I understand.
Sisters aren't exactly keen on involving the police, after all, so Masa also said he wouldn't file a complaint. But if something happens again, they won't let it slide, even if the other party is a civilian. If they start trouble, retaliation is only natural. But the waiter was prostrating on the floor, crying and bowing deeply. It was pitiful to watch. Even the gang boss came out, and that made him even more terrified. I heard that after that incident, the manager lost his job. It turns out that the waiter, Mr. Tanaka, and my husband were acquaintances. Mr. Tanaka decided that he couldn't handle the situation anymore. Of course, the manager, having engaged in overcharging, ended up in police custody. He was charged with extortion for repeatedly using the gang's name to threaten customers. Binefreft the menu, proving that the prices he charged were not legitimate. And since there's no fine for the crime of extortion, only a prison sentence of up to 10 years, he was formally tried and sentenced to imprisonment after the trial. He was so malicious that he probably didn't get a suspended sentence. I assumed. Since it made the news, I thought he must have been quite a bad person. After his release, that manager couldn't find employment anywhere. Being a former convict with a bad reputation, it was inevitable. He even approached Argen, wanting to join, but my husband turned him away. He must have decided that such a person couldn't make it in the underworld either. I hope he quietly lives somewhere without causing any more trouble. I'm still happily married with my husband. I plan to keep supporting him and working hard together. I wish he would change his appearance a bit, but I love him even though he looks plain.